Hello everyone, it's Pixelate here, and today I got another news video. Like I said in the last video, there was going to be a lot of Pokemon news this week, in the form of Coro, the Pokemon fan magazine in Japan, and Nintendo Direct. And there was also a roundtable thing at meeting at E3, which has released a bunch of news for Pokemon stuff. So they've released a new gameplay trailer, which has shown off a few new Pokemon and a few new features. So we'll jump straight into it. I decided I would talk about the new Pokemon they announced first. So you noticed the bird Pokemon, we looked at before, little Robin guy. Well, he evolves into something called Talonflame, which is rather unimaginative, I suppose, but gets the job done. And as you can see, he looks pretty damn awesome. And then next we have something called Skrelp, which looks downright horrible. I really don't like it. Some of you might like this one, but I don't know. There's something really sort of ugh about it, and I guess it's supposed to look like that, but it doesn't look that great to me. But it's poison, as you can imagine. I think it's poison and... Actually, no, I think it's just poison. Yeah, it's just poison. So you got that. It's like a seahorse kind of thing. And then another rather cool new Pokemon is called Clauncher, which is this little guy. He's a lobster, and he uses his sort of big claw. He's got one massive claw that he uses to attack and stuff. I think he looks really awesome. Perhaps he might evolve into a water and steel. Maybe me and a friend were talking about that, so that could be pretty cool. And then onto a couple of new features that are kind of to do with battling as a whole. So you can now have something called Sky Battles, which you have to sort of opt into. It seems like a trainer will challenge you to a Sky Battle, and then you say yes or no. So basically it means that if a trainer is up on like a cliff right next to you, he can challenge you to a fight from above. And only flying and Pokemon with the ability Levitate can take part in it. So that's why you're seeing Haunter fighting in the air here. I'm not really sure why these are even in the game. There doesn't seem to be anything different about them at the moment. But, I mean, this is just early news, so maybe there's something that they haven't shown us about them. And then the next thing, which I thought was really, really super awesome, is that you can get attacked by hordes of Pokemon. So these are just called horde encounters. And as you can see here, there's a bunch of Axu attacking the trainer. So I mean, they basically described it as saying you're in trouble if you've got a Pokemon that can't hit multiple targets. So that's going to be pretty scary. But I guess one of the upsides to it is that now you can get a bunch of XP from killing like 5 Pokemon at the same time. So yeah, that should be good. And then the last one of the last announcements from the roundtable is they were talking about their kind of online and what they want to do with the online for the game. And there's a new system called the player search system. So it allows you to either look for other players locally or globally, and then you can battle and trade them and stuff. And like each person you battle and trade with, you can sort of split them into different categories. So you can split them into friends, acquaintances, and just random people. And I mean, the random people one is pass by. So I suppose, with the use of Spot Pass on the 3DS, you'll be picking up a bunch of other people if you're walking with them. And they said it can hold up to 100 friends, which is interesting. And apparently there's more for them to say about that, so, stay tuned for more news. But that's not all, as I said. Coro, some news has come from that, and some scans have appeared online. maybe you should take these with a pinch of salt, because they might be faked, but I doubt it. So I'll go straight into just the Pokemon they've announced, I think, because that's what most people are interested in. So in the last video I told you about Vivillon, sorry, which is kind of a butterfly Pokemon. And they've shown the kind of 2 evolved forms that come before it. And they have very Japanese names I'll probably butcher. So the middle evolution is called Kofu Kimishu. No, Kofu Kimishi. I'm so English. Yeah. Anyway, and he's kind of like the middle. I suppose he's going to be in like a kind of cocoon. That's what it looks like. And then the first evolution is Kofuarai, which is, well, like caterpillar, I guess. I don't even know what that is, but yeah. But apparently there were rumours yesterday that it was one of them was gonna be called Spupa. So that's probably the English. And then the one I was most excited about is Shishiku, which is like a lion cub. Look at him, he's so cute and awesome with his little tuft of fire/hair in the middle of his head. And he's fire and normal. So he looks awesome. I really, really like him. And then the last Pokemon to be announced in Coro is called Furabeeb or Furabibi. And this little guy is fairy type. So I guess they're trying to ram home the idea that fairy is certainly a type, and they're not just going to leave it to like 5 Pokemon. So on to the other, perhaps less interesting news, I guess. They've kind of announced like a bunch of new characters and stuff, including one called Pansy, who's going to be in the anime and stuff like that. But they've announced the name of the first gym leader, which is Viola, and she is a bug-type gym leader in a city called Hakudan City. So, you know, I mean, a lot of these names will probably change, because obviously this is all in Japanese, so expect like the names of the cities and stuff to change over time. The town that you start in is called Asami Town. Asami, yeah. And there are three other like kind of main characters in the town. So maybe they're trying to go with a more sort of story oriented game again, like Black 2 and White 2. Because they all actually have names and they're not just like random person number 1 and random person number 2. So yeah, and they've announced the names of your rivals. I think they're your rivals anyway. And they're called Callum and Serena. And obviously, if you choose a boy, you've got a girl rival, and if you choose a girl, you've got a boy. You know what? Just don't listen to me. You know what I mean. So that's about it. I'd certainly recommend that you go to like your Pokemon news site of choice as well, in case you want to sort of look at a couple of maybe deeper details I haven't told you about. So yeah, that's it for this time. Tune back soon, because there might be even more news to go through. So I'll see you next time.